Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 17th episode of Steins Gate. And last episode was quite an episode. We got the time machine fixed, we have Dado and Suzuha knowing their relationship with each other, and then having to say goodbye, pretty much forever, you know, as they pretty much heavily implied with Suzuha in that one scene on the roof. Very much making the audience aware of that, yeah, this is kind of the end. Once Suzuha's gone, she's gone. And that's definitely the case. But what was worse than that is that her mission pretty much failed initially. We had to actually send another D-mail, change some things to make it possible for her to, succeed in her mission. But that has a negative part of kind of erasing a lot of experiences we had together with Suzuha, which means we didn't even get a nice letter in the second iteration, but I guess it is a small price to pay for a better overall result. So yeah, where does that leave us? You know, we have the divergence number that's changed, but not quite up to that 1% that we needed. So Mayuri's still gonna die, basically. That's really what it comes down to. So I don't know what else we can do. I mean, Suzuha did her stuff, and it apparently wasn't enough. So where do we go from here? I really don't know. I mean, it's on the 14th, which is the day after Mayuri is supposed to die. So I'm not sure what to make of that. But all I know is we haven't solved the problem just yet. And hopefully, whatever we do next will solve the problem. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So, let's just get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Well, no news is good news in this show. Yeah, but the thing is, the divergence line changed, but not enough to make a big difference, so it might just be enough to delay it. Don't, Mayuri. Need to put a ban on her saying this. At least give me a minute before you kill off Mayuri again, show. That's so much to ask. Yeah, opening. I knew it, but it doesn't help at all that I knew it was coming. I think it was coming like within seconds, but I knew it was coming. So what do we do now, Kyoma? We did change a little bit, right? Like, it's at least been delayed a bit. If we could utilize that somehow to... I don't know. I don't know what Straw's even trying to grasp at. So what about that IBM? So do we have that? Are we gonna go get that? When does that come back up? Because that's what Suzuha wants to go do, right? Get the IBM. Into the gate. Maybe we could like pick up the IBM and beat Moeka's minions down with it, like a weapon. A lot, Krisu. Don't remind me. I've seen it more than enough. You have no idea. Yeah, we're still figuring out how to do that. Right, so where's the IBN? At the shrine? Okay, so... Yeah, it's a lot to keep track of, isn't it? Right. Oh. It's a good point. If we could undo that, I mean, maybe we could try and do in the other stupid DML usages. Give Ruka the penis back. I mean, it's an idea, it's something. Let's roll with it. Can't make things any worse. One of those demos was horrible anyway. I got rid of Akihabara, so if you could get rid of that one, that'd be great. Right, it's not like I care about you or anything. Yeah, I get the feelings, Kyuu. It's okay. I love you too. The special things, the little things. She will always remember somewhere in her heart, I'm sure. He just has to do it again, you know. Yeah, you wouldn't understand what's on his mind. Not without a long explanation, at least. Right, the biggest, the worst one. I mean, if anyone does, it would be him. Of course. Yeah, it was horrible. It's a good question. I'm a little bit vague on the details of that scene. Oh, uh, okay, hello. What are we doing, guys? Is she being chased by bad guys? What? What? What is even happening? That doesn't help me understand what's going on. Okay. That's horrible, I guess. This is not what I expected. I'm still kind of catching up. We lost him. This took a bit of an odd turn. At least we found Ferris, you know, that was our goal. So can we take a breather now? You keep repeating what I say. So did it never happen? Okay, I guess we need to run again. Kyoma, do your best. Well then, that's helpful. Pretty cool. It would be a fun thing, yes. How horrible. He's a smart man. So why would you get rid of it? Did it cost her something that was more important? Is anything coming to you? Oh no. Can't you leave us alone? This man does not have a lot of stamina. Guess he has an urge for some ramen. I liked it better as a maid cafe. All the time. Anything coming to you? Definitely seems like it. See, doesn't this seem much more right? The world is doomed. Would not lie about something like this. Don't say that. We gotta take this scene seriously when she speaks like that. I knew it was about the father, but I didn't know it was something like that. Oh no. Is the father coming to rescue? Yep. Yeah, Kiyama was the one that got a bit more damage out of that. I knew he would say that. It's never simple. Yes, sort of. Right, so it did come from her. But where did it go? Where is it now? Yeah, you owe him at least that much. That's really cute drawing. It's pretty hard to ask her to undo that. But that I still need to. It depends. You have an IBN with you. I didn't think so. It was just weird. It was just overall a very weird scene. So where exactly is this scene going? uh, like, is that an upgrade from Mad Scientista? It is very, very true. And I will never forget that. You wouldn't be the first child to say that to their parents. But that would make it a lot worse. So it was all about that. No wonder she didn't want to tell him when she sent it. What would that be? Just trying to break my heart, aren't you, my Ferris? What are names? I'm used to saying Mayoni's name in regard to sadness. Okay. Still a wonderful drawing. I almost want a copy. It's kind of his default mode lately. It's just a joke. I mean, that's kind of how it works. Here we go. Yeah, I think the divergence number went up. I wouldn't do that. That was a great impression. What are you, the Sekuhara police? Daita? I mean, kind of, I guess. Well, I guess that takes care of one task. But we have more DMLs to undo, right? But at least Moa Culture's back, that's what matters. Which I definitely value more than her father. Where the heck is this stupid IBN? It's like that game, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, except with a IBN. But we're getting closer, that's what matters. But I think I saw the divergence line go up to like 4.6 instead of 4.0, which it was before. Like last time we saw it, I think it was, yeah, 4.09, 4.31. I think it was 4.6. I almost positive I saw a 6 after the 4. So I think it went up. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. It's, you know, it's always like shaky and stuff. I guess I can always go back and look at it again. It truly was a sad mission to go on, though, because it basically was a matter of just going to take her father away from her, essentially. And that's really what the mission boiled down to. You know, back in the day, I thought we'd like send so many DMLs that it would be impossible to really like fix all of that, but you know, apparently it is possible. Okay, that was the 17th episode of Steins Gate. So, in the beginning, I think I commented about wondering kind of what our next thing we would do is, because, you know, Suzuha did her mission, but nothing important, nothing big has seemed to have changed just yet, right? We just had the divergence number go up a bit, which is progress, but doesn't like fully solve the problem, right? So I was kind of wondering what we would do next. And pretty much our plan at this point is to undo like all the demails and stuff we did that like adjusted the world line, because we used to have that IBN. There technically was a world line where we had that thing, and now we don't. So if we just kind of like backtrace our steps, essentially, we can get back to a world line where we have it, right? I think that's kind of the idea. So we just have to do that step by step, probably have one episode dedicated to each one, like we did with this one. So that's a pretty cool idea for like a next step as far as the story goes. It makes sense, you know, because a lot of those demos we sent probably shouldn't have been sent, you know, especially the Ferris one, which we fixed, because that was definitely the worst one, without question. So that is definitely what the focus was on this episode. Okay, so we learned a lot about Ferris this episode, specifically what she used a demail for. Her father died 10 years ago, and she figured this was a good chance to save his life, which is very understandable, for sure. And we found out specifically what she said, which was something like, yeah, Ferris has been kidnapped, he ride the Shinkansen, million or 100 million yen ransom, like all that stuff, you know? So basically the ransom kidnapping thing was all fake, you know, just completely, or just a joke, as Ferris said in her later DML, which is pretty messed up, but I mean, if it's to save his life, I'm sure she's able to justify that. And, you know, the end result is him being alive, them being together, and being pretty happy, so not really too much for Ferris to have any issue with, really, except we have plenty to have issue with, because the Moa culture in Akihabara disappeared because of this. The IBM is gone because of this. So obviously, not even though this is a good result for Ferris on a personal level, it's not really a result that we can accept, you know. So the main conflict was just kind of convincing Ferris that, you know, essentially the world's happiness / Mayuri is more important than her happiness. And I mean, in the end, she actually agreed to it, you know, mostly because of, yeah, Mayuri, her very important friend, dying is not really acceptable. So that was kind of the main thing that really pushed her into agreeing to it. But even though this is the result, you know, we wanted, it still hurts quite a bit to see her, you know, accept it. So, I mean, I've gotten pretty used to the sadness of the show, so I'm mostly numb to it, but still hurts. It never stops hurting seeing stuff like that. And that one drawing on the wall and all that, just, yeah, it's not a great situation, really, but she made the right choice in the end, and I have a lot of respect for her because of that. Now, one part of the episode that was definitely weird was the whole, you know, gang attacking them thing. Like, I really don't know what to make of that. I mean, Ferris kind of explained it, you know, like the dark side of Net, whatever they called it, you know, but it had like, they were dressed ridiculously. They had all this like chuny dialogue about dangerous auras and black phoenix wings. It was a hard thing to take seriously as a result of that, you know. Not to mention they just kind of teleported there almost, you know, like visually, like we went from being in the room to there, like immediately, you know. So there was just a lot of weird things about it that made it difficult to take too seriously. So I don't know, I think I kind of a weird reaction to as a result. Probably not the intended reaction, but I don't know. It wasn't really that important in the grand scheme of things, though, so it's fine. But with that timeline, the IBM, you know, it was like sold off for the ransom money or whatever. So in this timeline, it's been gone for like 10 years, whereas once we, you know, got rid of this timeline and shifted back one timeline, it actually did make its way to the shrine, but last year disappeared, so that does narrow down how long it's been missing, which is good, but we still don't know where it is, which is the problem, right? So yeah, I gotta keep undoing those DMLs till we can get it. So I don't think we said which one we'll be doing next. I think it's gonna be maybe the Lotto one, probably. I think that was, because I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit of Ruka in the preview bit there. So I imagine that's the one we'll do. I mean, that was honestly like the least important DML, right? Like, it was just an attempt to make money that didn't even work, so there's no reason not to undo that one. That one seems far less emotional than this one, for sure. So that would probably have been the first one I would have done, but maybe the order matters. Probably have to do them like in the reverse order that we did them initially, probably. And I think that's all I really got to say on the episode. Just you know, our mission was to take her father away once again, and we did it. Yay, go us. Now, as far as the actual divergence number goes, I do want to go back to where it says that. Yeah, it's always so, like, squiggly and stuff. It's really hard to make it out, but it definitely changed. Like, the one we were at before was 409431, and now it's at 456914. Definitely a bigger number, for sure. So clearly, we're making progress towards that 1%, which is good. But it does almost seem like Ferris has some lingering memories. You know, should I talk about lovers and darkness and whatnot? But, you know, she probably doesn't remember too much, because memories do adjust to make up for the differences in the world line, with Kyoma being the exception, right? So she shouldn't remember too much about that. Really, it might just be like a lingering sort of deja vu kind of thing. But it's something, at least. I think that's all we got to say on the episode. I mean, the father does seem like a pretty cool guy. It's a shame he's got to be dead. But I'd better him than Mayuri, you know? That's what it comes down to. And also, you die for the greater good of Akihabara as a whole, so hopefully he can accept that. And definitely for the greater good. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how our next mission goes. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.